Okay there, let's start this, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen and everything in between, greetings, trainers. KuroBlitz here and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. So today, it's going to be very brief and very short because I've been recording a lot of VODs as of recently because I'm now on holiday season, so I do have the time for it. So back to the grind I am, right? Let's see if this continues on. But anyhow, I would like to talk about the ending of Pokemon Journeys and do a review for their final episodes. I've been giving my, reviews on the community tabs sometimes. I didn't do it for the Project Mew one, but I will say this. Project Mew, in terms of execution, sadly to me, it's a 3 out of 10. In terms of entertainment value, it's a 9 out of 10, so I'm going to round it on a 6, like a C- in terms of score, right? A 6 out of 10. 6.5 because of the details and references, right? Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for both episodes. Yeah, there are some stuff that are weird, I will say this, like, Mew being able to separate the two beings and transforming into two beings at once, right? Then again, Mew hanged out Kangaskhan. I like to believe that he can do cellular parthenogenesis, guys, okay? And it's a good nod to Ruby and Sapphire turning 20 that week. And they were in Faraway Island, right? The place with, Pokemon Emerald. The one that takes you there, it's Mr. Briny in the games. Which is funny because in the manga, Briny and Drake, who met, they discovered Faraway Island. So, that's cool. There were, apparently, we know that Quillen has a Honchkrow and Danica has a male Jellicent. So, she won up both Trip and Jessie in that department. But yeah. And then, Go met Mew, and here's the thing. Go was the only one who touched Mew. Ash's trophy, it was touched by Ash, all of these Pokemon, and Leon. So, Go got more exclusive points on that department, so there's that. And the journey was very tumultuous, but at least it had some finality to it, and it opened Go's horizons to how he should approach his methodology on his now solo adventure. Because he's traveling around, right? And for him, saying farewell to Ash was being extremely difficult, but Ash was very casual about it, and that's why they had that little bickerment, because in Go's eyes, Ash was his first. For Ash, Go is just one of many. That's what Go was thinking. That's why, oh, I'm not special, right? This is being very difficult for me, but it's not for Ash, so I realistically don't matter. That's why the whole debacle happens, right? It's very personal. It feels real, right? People want the drama in Pokemon, you have it. You have it at, right? There is a mistranslation from some stuffs in terms of the subbing. Because when Koharu tells that Ash is Go's first friend, she technically says it, but not in the way that you might think. She says Tomodachi. Tomodachi means friend, sure, but it means the friend that you made on your own accords. Which Ash is to Go. Because Go was only Tokyo's friend after they reunited. They only met one day when they were 7, so they were like acquaintances at best. Okay? And Chloe said Tomodachi. Chloe is Go's childhood friend. In Japanese, that term is Osananajimi. It's a different term, it's a different terminology. And people, they don't know context, they mistranslate wrong. So that's part of the subs for translating that wrong. And it's part of the fans for, not reading the simple stuff. Come on, this is a show for kids. You would think that simplicity is key. And it is. Everyone just likes to make everything more complex than it actually is, right? And they meet Lugia, they battle, they see all of Kanto's Pokemon. Except the fossils that they saw in Faraway Island, right? And they don't see Jinx, nor Porygon, right? Because, yeah, these poor Pokemon. And it was the 25 years of Porygon. Go did what Porygon couldn't. make Ash leave the show 25 years after. And yeah, in Faraway Island, that's basically, you know, here's the thing. We got several nods to movies about Hoenn Pokemon. When Gary was battling the fossils, it's a callback to Chronicles too, right? But it was a Kabutops and Aerodactyl, so that's, you know, the fossils from movie 5, Latios and Latias, right? We saw Groudon, movie 6. The Pokeballs were not working in the island, so that's a callback to Destiny Deoxys, right? Movie 7. The Table Mountain, it's basically the bootleg version of the Tree of Beginnings, so that's movie 8. Even the Reggie, you know, they were trying to get the Reggies, that's also movie 8. Kyogre, it's movie 9, so you basically have all of the 5 movies with Hoenn Pokemon. So you have like AG and the end of Johto, but you also have a midquel to AG. Because a two-parter focusing on Mew and an entertaining one but also very shitty written, that is a callback to, you know, Mirage Mastermind, okay? That's what it is, you know, illusions and whatever, that's what it is. And basically, that's also a callback to Emerald's Terra Cave and Marine Cave, where you get, you know, Kyogre and Groudon, those little spawn spots, right? And this is basically a story of, you know, the creation of the Pokemon world, where everyone was having that dream, and Rayquaza was there, and that little jewel that landed on Earth and created a planet instead of being like this ball of rock, that is the jewel that Mew was sitting in, that pink jewel, right? It's the genesis of the world, which makes sense because Mew's Z move, it's called Genesis Supernova, right? And we were seeing stars being created. We have Rayquaza basically having a significant role in that story, and the shiny one will have a significant role in the next one, right? And this is basically, you know, a Garden of Eden, creation of the world story, where everyone is happy in there. When humans show up, they introduce the concept of sin, and of course Danica, the only female chaser, touching the forbidden fruit, it loses their glow and glister, right? And everyone goes disarray, and I like how they portray Mew as, you know, the angel and the devil, because Mew has no sense of morality. He only does things because they feel like it. When Mew was battling Mewtwo, he wasn't battling Mewtwo to basically have Mewtwo see his way. No, he was battling Mewtwo like, you know, screw your clones, the originals are better. Mew only sees good and evil at extremes. Mew doesn't lack nuance because he's the petri dish of the Pokemon world, so he sees everything in absolutes. It's kind of like the Pokemon fandom. They don't like to see nuance either. So yeah, Mew is the average of it all. So there is some subtext in that narrative, for better or worse, but you know, it's there. They tried. Mew doesn't have an origin story, so I have to applaud them for at least trying to give Mew an origin story and, you know, a legend to this legendary Pokemon, right? Could it have been done better? Yes. Could it have been done different? Yes. But at least, you know, everything came to a closure, and sadly Go only had 2 episodes to work with his character when Ash had like a tournament that lasted more than 12 with several breaks, recaps, and quote-unquote filler in between. It's not filler, it's Koharu's episode, it's Go's episode. They've focused on the characters. Just because it's not Ash, and just because the fandom doesn't like them, it doesn't mean that these episodes are filler. Man, you guys really need a new retrospective, I swear. Anyhow, so they reunite with Lugia. Chloe is now the new research fellow. So basically Chloe's arc, it's very reminiscent of Bianca from the games. The thing she wanted the most was right next door. She just needed a new perspective in life, right? So that's basically it, which kind of makes me sad because I really wanted for her to meet the Unova girls, you know. Iris, who's a champion at her age, Bianca, who basically helps Juniper. We never saw the Juniper. We never saw Professor Juniper. That's the only professor who didn't cameo in Journeys. Both Aurea and Cedric. We never saw Virgil. Virgil could have benefited everyone. He won the Unova League, he met Mewtwo, and he has a team of Eevees. Virgil would have been the GOAT for the Journeys trio. okay? And yeah, there's a lot to go in. And you know, Chloe takes the job of the boys, and they separate their own ways, and Ash saw Owo, like, you know, Ash saw Owo eye to eye. So now because of that, I'm kind of bittersweet, because I really believe that Ash's ending should be, you know, Ash battling Owo. You know, he was watching Owo in the skies, and he was in the dirt of the mud, right? In the land. And now they were eye to eye in the clouds, so I don't have the need for that battle anymore. If anything, with Ash getting Gengar, I believe the way that they should end Pokemon, it's how Pokemon started. Having a TV pan out between, you know, a battle between a Gengar and Nidorino, and, you know, most likely Gengar would be Ash's. And I feel like Ash should get another Pokemon, because I don't believe that Dracovish should be his last capture. Jesse and James, they need to pull off a Best Wishes Season 2 Episode N with Freelish and Among Us, because I don't want for Morpeko to be their last Pokemon either. And they went their own way. Apparently Go met Misty, and Misty was, you know, enamored by his Inteleon. Good thing she never visited the Sakuragi lab, because, you know, Go has all of the Kanto bugs. But it kind of makes me sad, because Misty met Inteleon before Piplup or Greninja, but it be like that sometimes, I suppose. But yeah, you know, this was the end, but not the finale. This was, they really realized that, you know, they had to give Ash a proper farewell and give the epilogue that he deserves. So, and I was right. I knew that they were going to have an extra arc and only start SV, Scarlet and Violet, in April. And even the episode count, I was right. I posted this on Twitter like several months ago, right? So basically, we have 136 Journeys episodes. We get 4 Arceus specials and 11 epilogue. That's 151 episodes for Generation 8. Even TPCI, it's going to say that Ash's epilogue is part of Season 25, Ultimate Journeys, okay? So, if you have the 46 minus the recaps, that's 42 episodes. With the 11 epilogue, that's 53. Yes, the AU special will not count, but it's an extra plus. So the roughly estimate of 54 episodes for Ultimate Journeys was right. TPCI did an oopsie on that one, guys. But yeah, Ash still has his team, which kind of makes sense. He was battling Yuyama, the director of the original series, you know, the guy with the Lapras. That's a self-insert of the guy. Go caught a Pokemon. We saw a Poliwhirl and a Poliwrath, so maybe the guy caught a Politoed? I don't know. Maybe after meeting Misty, he saw her Politoed and wanted to get one for him as well. Could be, because Go, it's basically the gold to Ash's red, even though Ash never battled Jimmy. Ash never battled a lot of people. Oh well, you can write your fanfictions. The guy next to you, it's free real estate, okay? And you know, we saw a Beautyfly, and you know, we saw Chloe meeting the Cherrim, and that was cool. And it's very symbolic how the Pokemon world, it's big and vast, and even after they went their own way, they reunited at the same spot without knowing. So the world is big and small at the same time. We all meet each other because of Pokemon. Pokemon is the tissue that connects us all together, okay? And ending that with, you know, the to be continued from the original saga. They did this with the Celebi special, you know, A Ripple in Time. Man, I love Pokemon so much. Could the finale be better? Yeah. Could it be different? Yeah. But did it deliver on what they needed, and did they got the message across? Absolutely. It's not the best finale, it's not the best ending for a series, but it's a good prelude for the finality of Ash's saga. And I'm just extremely happy that everyone basically, you know, Chloe, Ash, and Go, they are the ABC of Pokemon. Adventure, battle, catching, okay? That's basically it. And let's see where their journeys continue, guys. So, thank you so much for watching. My name is KuroBlitz. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another day.